7 months now, talking about the impact it has had on climate change discussions and policies. Where do you see us standing right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think first I need to highlight the big tragedy that we see in many countries because of the impact of the COVID crisis, with many people still suffering, and in some countries numbers rising again. I think that's very concerning. And also in a lot of countries, like in African countries, for example, there's often not sufficient global media attention that this has real impact. But I think what we've seen in the last couple of months in terms of the linked debate to climate change is quite relevant. On the one hand, we've seen a number of countries which have been impacted by so-called compound risks, that while at the same time, while they were fighting COVID, and this put severe stress on many people and institutions, climate change impacts were threatening them and hitting them, whether it was like hurricanes, for example, or cyclones in Bangladesh, where many people suffered. At the same time, we've also seen that there's absolute need to find cleaner ways of development which make societies more resilient and which don't run us more deeply into the trouble of the climate crisis. And I think one of the positive developments has been that many institutions globally in some countries have managed to really understand, okay, we need to, for example, when we start investing into recovery measures, we need to do it in a way that it doesn't drive us deeper into the climate crisis.
Right. That's an important point, and I'll take this to Professor Hari Srinivas. Professor, do you feel like this effort to now move towards a green recovery plan is earnestly being adopted all across the world, and especially when we focus on parts in Asia?
Absolutely. I think what we are actually seeing is the possibilities of action we can take on climate change. As you probably know by now, there has been almost a 6% drop in global emissions in CO2 as a result of COVID-19, which is as a result of the lockdown, decrease in industrial capacities, reduction in transportation,